You went online to switch your car insurance to Progressive so you could save money. But then you saw a friend request from an old summer camp buddy. And now here you are, clicking through photos of his kickball team from 2011. Looks like they won the championship that year. Then he moved to Tulsa. Oh, a new tattoo. Yes, they said it was easy to save hundreds on car insurance with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average savings by new customer surveyed who saved in 2019.
And now let's take a look at the Big Ten West winner. Preview from a sports betting standpoint brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com, the premier source for NFL, college football, and winners in all sports. www.OffshoreInsiders.com. I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of Offshore Insiders. Let's take a quick look at the odds to win the Big Ten West, and then we'll take a look at your sports betting news and notes. Wisconsin is the favorite to win it, plus 155. Nebraska's next at plus 240. Minnesota begins kind of the long shots at plus 550. Iowa, plus 700. Northwestern at 1,100. And then we really get to the big long shots. Illinois, plus 2,300. And Purdue, plus 2,900. Now, here are some of the things we are going to be looking for from the standpoint of sports bettors. Wisconsin, the Badgers are certainly known for their offensive line, but they must replace 3 starters, and the replacements have very little experience. Melvin Gordon, Heisman runner-up, he is gone. John Stave, very erratic at quarterback. Alex Erickson, the only proven weapon at wide receiver. Defense was, though, 4th nationally, and they return a lot. But I think the defense is going to spend a lot more time on the field than usual this year. Wisconsin, I believe, will be a pretty big go against. I see them entering the season very much overvalued. Really depends a lot on Stave. He does have, though, that strong arm. I think that maybe because they might be throwing downfield a little bit more often and the defense is going to spend more time on the field, they could be a surprising, pretty good over team. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. Nebraska, Mike Riley, of course, taking over for Bo Pelini. You know, Bo Pelini, one of these guys that would win. He just couldn't quite get the team over the hump, and he wasn't very likable. Tommy Armstrong Jr. will become more of a pocket passer. Of course, Amir Abdullah, superstar running back, is gone. Secondary is going to be very young, so with them throwing a little bit more and with the secondary a big weakness for Nebraska, look for them to be a probable over team. And we know, you know, Mike Riley, of course, he's an offensive coach. Now, we will see, though, how much the odds makers will adjust. Again, we always remind you, unfortunately, sports betting isn't quite that easy. The odds makers are well aware of the coaching change there as we are. Minnesota, they've always been resilient under Jerry Kill. They keep games close. 4 starters back on an offense and -2 top 2 playmakers. 4 seniors in the secondary, including 2 All-Big Ten players. Very low-scoring team, I think Minnesota will admit. I strongly doubt if they can continue to be an overachieving team. They've been very dangerous to lay big points against, but with a rebuilt offense, I think that this could be a year that Minnesota is no longer necessarily going to be that very dangerous underdog. Got a lot more coming up. Turn your priceless memories into video montages for any occasion at DuffyVideo.com. Bar and bat mitzvahs, weddings, anniversaries, graduations. Get movie-style trailers done to promote events, conventions, or your small business. We'll do audio commercials for radio and podcasts, just like this one. It includes royalty-free music beds and plenty of sound effects. If you are one of the many clients who have been with OffshoreInsiders.com for years, you'll get a substantial discount on all of our services. Keep an eye on DuffyVideo.com. A lot more features are coming. Back to the Big Ten West betting preview. Iowa offense will throw downfield a lot more with C.J. Beathard. Senior Tavion Smith, a very good target. Number 3 receiver, tight end Jack Doozy is back. The defense does have a lot of holes, but look for Iowa to open it up. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring team We've got them a check mark next to them as a potential great overplay. Northwestern Justin Jackson was fourth among BCS school freshmen. Running backs in total yards. Christian Jones, top receiver in 2012 and 13. He actually returns from injury, but we said we got certain guys we really want to keep a very close eye on when it comes to the injury report. Christian Jones for Northwestern as much as anybody. If this guy does come back healthy, Northwestern, all of a sudden, they may return to some prominence. Defense had a lot of injuries, but it meant a lot of young players got baptism by fire. They're going to be better by experience. Again, if Jones is healthy, they will be very good. And Northwestern, I should say, I really do think that Northwestern could be a very undervalued team. Illinois, team is much better when quarterback Wes Lunt is healthy, so another guy, got to keep a very close eye on the injury report. He completed 64% of his passes, 14 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Mike Dudek, the top wide receiver, though, is out until midseason. Keep an eye on his return. And I think once he comes back, Illinois will be a very surprise spread team, a very good spread team. So if he and Lunt are healthy, they're going to be dangerous underdogs late in the season. And really, dangerous as favorites, too. But Illinois, we think, will be a good second-half team. And I'm not talking about betting the halftime line. I'm talking about the second half of the season. Purdue, 16 starters back. Their entire offensive line is back. A promising freshman running back in Markel Jones. Another one of these baptism by fire defenses. It's really tough for them to get worse, but they got a lot of playing experience. A good underdog. I think we're going to really search the schedule. We haven't really done an analysis. We're looking at the teams at this point, but we do kind of the scheduling analysis on a week-by-week basis because the dynamics can actually change, of course, as teams overachieve, underachieve, etc. But I do think that if Purdue catches teams in sandwich situations, they will definitely be a very live underdog. I think Purdue will certainly sneak up on teams. Remember, offshoreinsiders.com is always the place to go. www.offshoreinsiders.com for the single best sports picks in the industry. www.offshoreinsiders.com.
Call 1-888-FARMERS to switch, and you could save an average of $470 on your auto insurance. That's a lot of money in just a few minutes. With savings like that, you could be lounging on an impractical amount of ornate and overpriced throw pillows you bought for your couch. But you won't, because you're better with money than that. That's why you're calling us in the first place. Call 1-888-FARMERS to get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Based on average nationwide annual savings survey data July to December 2020. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate. Products not available in every state.